Oli, hola perras.
¿Qué pedo?
What's up, bitches?
Hi everybody, this is Tomasa Del Real. Tun, 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 tun. And this is a takeover, Neoperreo. Take this today, and we are here with Tech Grl and Nemix to talk a little
Oli.
bit. Hola Tequi.
Hi. Oli.
Yeah. I want the people know who we are, so introduce yourself. Like, tell us what you do, like who you are. I don't remember you.
I don't know. Oh, I can move this. Okay, perfect. Hi, I'm Tech Grl. I'm tu bebecita. I'm Neoperreo in the house. I am from South Central, born and raised. My family is Peruvian, so Peruvian American. Hablo español, inglés. I'm bilingual. What else do you want to know? I make music. I'm a DJ. I'm about to drop a new song. We'll talk about it later. And yeah, what else? ¿Qué más?
You
Pregúntame.
make parties.
Oh, I make parties.
Tell us what you was doing the last year. I don't know.
The last
2 years or something.
A ver, we
Fucking
went on
pandemic,
tour.
but I don't
Yeah,
know.
we went pandemic, but then we went on tour to Mexico. We just had that tour. That was cool a while ago. Now we're getting back. I feel like both you and all of us are like DJing way more, performing way more. So that we have Boiler Room coming up next week, and we have the art show, which is what we're talking about. Dun, dun.
Yeah. And you Nemix, I don't know. Tell us about you. I'm gonna leave the microphone because you like.
Hajime mashite. So I'm Nemix. I do a lot of different things and crafts. Starting with tattoos. That's been like the most I've been doing for the past, I guess, 9 years. So I do that, and I DJ as well, and have done music as well, and perform. I do other kinds of crafts, ceramics.
Tell the people about your tattoos, like, because you was doing like super big right now.
So
like
yeah.
how you are here in LA, like what happened? What happened in your life?
How do you live in LA now?
Yeah, tell us about that. I don't know. It's because it's one of the parts. My favorite part of Nemix do is the tattoos. Like, I love it.
Yeah, so I've been doing tattoos for the longest. I wasn't doing like all the time my own drawings and my own style till my friends started getting like progressively more of my tattoos, and suddenly I started doing like only my artwork, which is something that I like more, doing whatever I can express. And it's really, for me, like, well, I feel grateful to be able to do that, and people liked it. It had like a really good impression for people like around other places, to liking what I do. And yeah, like, well, recently, I guess social media helped me a lot.
You are big on TikTok.
Not so big, but a little, some followers, something. But not. I feel like people get really big in TikTok like really fast.
Yeah.
But the tattoos have like sometimes the ones that I done like gone like viral. Then I started like a hashtag for my tattoos.
Yeah, explain about your hashtag.
Yeah, so I did this hashtag that is called agrogoth.
I have this little piece of.
Let's zoom in.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
So
That one. And this one.
I know. I need one. I need a tattoo.
We need to do that. Yeah. So yeah, I decided like, oh, okay, like if people are gonna like search my stuff, then I wanted them to click to the hashtag or whatever. So I called it agrogoth because agro is like from, well, yeah, it is like a short for aggressive, but it was mainly because of the music that I like agrotech. So I just took that part, and then I took like goth, because I thought a lot of my stuff was like gothic inspired by like buildings in like Europe and all that kind of stuff. And then I did it, and then it became...
Yeah, how you cross that with the music? Some point, like...
Yeah, well, I guess like music has been like really inspired for me, like since I was little, like listening to different kinds of rock, metal, gothic, dark, reggaeton, like all of those things, and the aesthetics were always like, you know, like these metal bands or whatever with these like really crazy covers and stuff, and that was always something that like inspired me, like all the aesthetics that like all the music had. So for sure was like a big influence for me. So I pictured in my head like, oh, like these what I do sounds like this music. Even if one thing it's a sound and another thing it's like a picture, for me it would have sense, like, oh, it's like this is what you would listen with this or something. And then, yeah, it became more popular. Now people call it, like, it is a style. And it has, like, almost 7 million views on TikTok. And now people, like, hashtag everywhere.
I love it.
In Instagram and TikTok, like, agro-god style. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even know this was a style. But I guess it is now or something.
And in what point you start to being a DJ?
Oh, well, actually...
and also then making your own songs.
Yeah, okay, so this is actually interesting.
Because was like at the same time you explore all these different arts? It's because we know each other for so long.
I know, but you don't know this actually.
So yeah, like tell everybody, like, I don't know.
So I was living in Tokyo, and I was doing like pop-up tattoo parties. And I was doing like these parties in like this bar that is really popular in Shibuya. I forgot the name right now, but the point is I was doing like these parties, and it was like tattoo parties, and then everyone was telling me like constantly like, why don't you DJ? And I feel like in Tokyo it's like pretty much like everyone learns how to DJ, or at least if you are influential in fashion or something, like you need to DJ, even if you do it bad, like you DJ, because like your aesthetic goes like with also like the music that you're playing. And they were like, oh, like you know a lot of like music and music that we don't know, like you should like start DJing. And I was like, no. And they were like, why don't you DJ your own party, no? And I was like, well, I never thought about that. And I'm like, well, I'm down to like play some music. And they were like, no, but you need to DJ. And then, so I tell that to my roommate. And then like my roommate had like all of a sudden something in the living room cupboard. And she like takes out like
at the
scarf, some Nexus CDJs, like
amazing.
I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, you can practice here, like start DJing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she was like, oh, look, you press play right here.
So she taught you.
She told me this. You press play, and then you put the volume here.
Like higher and then lower,
and then you just transition like that. That's the only thing you need to know by now, and just like play. I'm like, and then I started practicing like that. I didn't even know about BPM. I didn't know about anything. I was like whatever, and trying to transition, and doing just like kind of like a mess, but like it didn't sound that bad. And then whatever, I end up DJing that day. And then somebody watched me, and they were like, oh, don't you want to like DJ next week in like this party festival, da-da-da? And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then after that, some people in Osaka were like, oh, do you want to come to Osaka and DJ for the anniversary of this store? And then I was like, why not? And like in the way of doing it, actually the person that taught me a little more was... this producer from, I don't know, from North Europe or something like that. And he was like, hey, like this is the BPM, you have to put like the number and these and start.
They give you-
and I
they
was
give
like,
you
oh
some tips.
my God, like this
Yeah.
makes sense. Like this makes completely sense. And then when I went back to Mexico, people were like, oh, I saw you DJing in Tokyo. I saw you DJing in Japan. Like, why don't you come and DJ in this party? And then I started like doing it, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I was like, I'm going to record my first mixtape.
Mixtape.
And I called it my first mixtape. And I was like, okay, so here goes like my first mixtape. And I like to put a lot of different music. So it started actually with agrotech and then going into club music, funk, karaoke, reggaeton, and ended again with agrotech. And this was like, I don't know, back in 2016, 17, something like that. And then it just became like a thing that, oh, if we invite you here, you DJ, you do that. Like, if we invite you here, and I was like, oh, cool. Like it somehow it worked, and like somehow it worked out. But when I was like back in Mexico, then my friends were like, hey,
Like we want to invite you to perform and stuff.
one of my friends that was helping me with the mix, he told me like he's a musician, and he's a musician for like a pop rock band in Mexico, and he has like machine drum and stuff. And then I started making music there, and I produced like 5 songs. Never came out, of course. They're still there. He says that he still has this.
Them.
He's like really old. But then I was like, okay, like whatever. And then like it sounded nice. I started just experimenting a little more. Then like, yeah, so it was like all these crazy, yeah,
Ways
I don't know,
to go
crazy.
there.
And then I started, experimenting more. A lot of unreleased music. But then one day in New York, I freestyled on a beat of someone, and that's how it came. Like the first song that I actually put out, that was Me Vale Verga. It's called I Don't Give a Fuck. And I was like, this is funny. This is fun.
Yeah.
Let's throw it out in the world or something. And then
I like that song.
Yeah.
It's funny.
like it created like some kind of like impact at first, and I was actually part of like a meme. So someone invited me to perform it before like Bad Girl, and then they used the recording of like me singing Me Vale Verga in that time and put it in Inventadas, like a meme page from Mexico. And like, wow, people went crazy. Like, oh my God, like it had like 50,000 views or something like that. And then, but I haven't released it by that time. And I released it like way later. And I was like, okay, this is funny. Like, this is a funny song and stuff. And just been experimenting with quite a few.
Yeah,
things.
I personally love you are being part now of Neoperreo stuff, because I feel your art evolved like crazy, like in the biggest ways all the time.
Yeah.
Like you explore a lot of things, but also like you have a lot of energy. I feel more tired.
No, I feel like for the longest I would just get the information on my head, and I'll be like, oh, okay, like this is what is going on, and I was like keeping it for myself and just like learning and like being until then later I was like, okay, I need to start
putting
it
things
out.
Yeah.
And also because I feel like it was like a mental thing. Like me in my head, I was like restricting even like myself. Like I was like in a chain in like my own brain.
Like your
I was
own
locked
prison in your
down.
fucking
And I was
head.
like, oh my God. And then
Yeah.
when I started being more free, like when I started having more freedom, like mentally, like peacefully, like with everything started flowing and going better, you know? Like that's how I felt.
I'm glad for you. Ah.
Thank you. And thank you so much. Yeah, now all of these is crazy too. Like, And now
No,
we're here.
you're good.
Yeah.
Like you're doing amazing.
Because I
sweetie.
mean, we
I'm doing an amazing job, sweetie.
like I remember when you recorded your album, Bellaca del Año. Like
Yeah.
I was there and like
Yeah.
we were all
In
playing.
Mexico? You recorded
the
that in
No,
Mexico?
I made that one here. In
Ah,
LA.
but I didn't know you then.
No,
Nah, maybe we know
Maybe
each other, but
not.
we was not connected yet. Maybe
Yeah.
we follow each other in Instagram. Yeah, but I made that album here.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you did it like in Mexico because you was
No.
living in Mexico.
I live in Mexico
Before that.
and then I was signed, so I come here to do music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Period.
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. Like
You wanna
remember.
talk now? I
You
can
wanna
talk.
talk now?
I
It's your
can
turn
present
now.
myself who I
Yeah.
am.
You can talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah, it's like people don't know us, so I want to explain who we are so they can take us serious.
Ah.
Yeah, like my name is Tomasa Del Real. Like I am doing reggaeton music for the last 7-8 years. I start to. I was a tattoo artist before.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I was making tattoos for a long time, but I studied fashion design. Like I
Where?
don't know, I was all over the place.
Where did you do this?
Same right.
What?
Where did you do this?
Oh yeah, I am from Chile. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Teki. I am from Chile, born and raised in Iquique, it's in the north of Chile. It's more closer to Peru than the center of Chile. Yeah, so I have another culture and another kind of physical ways. I don't know. I am from the desert, from the Atacama Desert, the more arid in the world. So yeah, I was there. I was a tattoo artist. I live in a city, a small city in the beach. So I have this tattoo shop for 5 years, and I was doing great there. But I was the owner of the tattoo shop, so I have a lot of free time, and I was super bored. So my mom gave me a MacBook Air, so I start to take the MacBook to the shop to do random shit in the MacBook. And I start to record myself in the photo booth, like singing, and I don't know, doing like stupid stuff. And I start to make songs because I have a T-Pain. You know T-Pain?
Duh.
Yeah, T-Pain.
We all know
It's because
T-Pain.
there I didn't know who
I
was
love
T-Pain. I have a
T-Pain.
microphone, like a toy
I
of
love
T-Pain,
him. Shout out T-Pain.
and have the autotune. So, but it wasn't like imagine like this, but it's a toy with a speaker. So I start to make songs. It was very funny. And then I start to sing the songs in the photo booth. I record myself and I start to post this in that time.
In that time.
Yeah, in that time was
In
like
where? In what platform?
What?
in Facebook.
Oh.
On Facebook, I have
Facebook
like
videos of your
at
Mac.
that time I have 10k followers in Facebook, and was a lot of people.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's a lot of
10K. That
people
is a
for-
lot of people. I
Like
don't
for
even
that
use
time.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
so I post that on Facebook, and people follow me, and I have a cat. The name is Toto,
Oh.
and so people follow me and my cat and our adventures and stuff. And then I start to do this music, and people go crazy about it. They was like, "Oh my God, make these songs, release this song." So people, friends, because I make tattoos, I have a lot of friends in the art world in Chile. And I know like singers or artists or whatever. So everybody was like, "Oh, Tomasa, I want to record you. I can record you. I can record that song. Oh, Tomasa, let's make a video. I can make a video for you." So randomly, I start to fuck with people like they like me randomly because I was not from Santiago. Santiago is the big city in Chile. So I start to travel to Santiago to do art, like to do music, videos and stuff. I don't know. And that was so good. At some point, I say like, okay, I'm gonna close my store, and I'm gonna go to live to Mexico because in less than a year, I was like globally popular, and a lot of people know me in Europe and Mexico and Argentina or in other cities because when I was a tattoo artist, I travel all the world too. So a lot of people know me, like me, Tomasa, like
The person.
the human, yeah,
Right,
the
right.
human.
So it was
because
easy.
the tattoos.
Yeah, it was
So-
easy to have support from those
Yeah,
friends.
so when I start to make music, everybody I know in the world, they start to, oh, Tomasa, yeah, she's making music, woo! So I have this global public, so I take the decision to just go to Mexico to live there and see what we can do, because Chile is a small country and Mexico is like, I don't know, super big. So I go there and then I get signed random, I don't know how, in LA. So before a year living in Mexico, I was living here in LA doing my second album. My first album, I made the album in my house, in my computer, and the videos.
I love it.
I made the videos with my cell phone. And then randomly I was signed, I was living in LA, and at the same time, the type of music I start to make, I am a very like, ¿cómo se dice? Como extra, soy una persona extra. I'm an extra
Extra
person. I don't know.
person.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
You're extra as fuck.
Yeah. And so
Feel
the
you.
music I start to make was inspired in reggaeton, but also have the influence of all the artist friends I know around the world. And they make another type of music and they are from another countries. But me personally, I listen reggaeton because it's the normal thing to listen in Chile.
Right.
But when I start to make music and I mix all this influence, the sound was super different than reggaeton. But people start to say to me, oh, you are the new reggaeton female artist. And I feel that was a cultural appropriation about reggaeton, because reggaeton have their own roots and their own ways to do it. So I think like, okay, this is not reggaeton, but it's perreo. And perreo, it's the way how you dance reggaeton. And it's like a, I don't know, like a twerk in
like grinding.
somebody else's body.
It's like grinding.
Yeah. So
When people grind.
but together. It's like
Yes.
a sexual dance with somebody else. But at the time, the reggaeton, or till today, it's very like a man and woman, and that is all you can see there. But at the time I was start to make this music, I have this, because I was in this small city, I have a lot of problems to where I need to go to dance with my friends, because I have different type of friends, like friends who like aggro or goth stuff, or friends who are gay, or friends who are like hetero, like normal people, like, I don't know, like all this mix of people, they want to dance reggaeton and perrear, but they don't have the place. So when I start to make this music, I think, okay, this is a new wave of perreo, because I am making this weird music with these weird lyrics. I am a woman singing about this stuff. Before was never talking, and so I say like this is a new wave of perreo, because they don't care about the music, cares about the dance. And we name that Neoperreo, because it's the new wave of perreo. And this is the logo. And this is us, and we are a crew of people, because the time when I put the name on it, this was in an interview with Red Bull in New York. When we put the name on it, and we like, ¿cómo se dice que lo bautizamos?
Baptized.
Yeah, a lot of people around the world feel represent about the name, and they start to name their own music Neoperreo music.
Yeah.
And
Now I see it in flyers. It's really funny.
Yeah, and now it's a global term.
I
It's a
love it.
hashtag too. Like if you put Neoperreo in Google or in Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you're gonna find a lot of content, like endless, because people are already using the name. But we are like the original brand, for say that, or like the
The
official
sound.
crew or something. But anyway, like everybody's welcome in the Neoperreo context, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's
this is,
really welcome.
yeah, and also it's this new generation of people, like we are modern. We are not, people think Latino stuff is like a super basic eating tacos or that type of things. Like we don't, I am from Chile. We don't even have tacos in Chile. That don't exist.
Yeah, that's Mexico, no?
Yeah, that is Mexican thing. But people misunderstood so many stuff about Latin.
Oh yeah.
And they think we are something like old or I don't know how to say, like basic or like
It's just
like
very
or
general.
Like, I don't know. It's very stupid because we are very modern and also we belongs from a very post-apocalyptic place. So how that gonna look like with flowers and horses is like
Exactly.
it's weird. Yeah, it's like a more cyber way of survivors.
Survivor.
Yeah. And so that is me and Neoperreo.
I love it.
Period.
Ah.
Yeah, so I don't know, tell us how you
Start.
go to music, like how you appear.
I started 5 years ago, I want to say. That I dropped like my first release, which was Dale Dale, and it was really my first song that I ever did. So it was kind of like, I don't know what I was doing, but it was when I was living in the Neo house. So this is after we met. Oh yeah, we need to talk about how we met. Because the way we met was pretty crazy, actually. We met on the internet. We were both, we were just like Instagram friends. And then I fucked with your music. And then one time I think you performed at Mustache Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang. I love Mustache Mondays. R.I.P. Nacho, that too. But yeah, and you performed there and you were leaving. And then my friend was driving me. We were leaving, I think, too, from I don't know where. Maybe that party, anyways. And then I saw you and he stopped and he was like, I think that's Tomasa Del Real. And I was like, what?
I was
I know her.
I was in my car and I was like, I think she's Tech Grl.
Yeah. And you got out the car and then I got out the car and then like we did this running. Like this movie, like romantic.
Like a movie.
Like a romantic love movie, like, the slow. Like, it was really funny.
Oh my God.
And then,
It's cringe.
and then, I think we were supposed to hang out. We didn't hang out because it was late. It was like past 2. And you had to leave too. Like, I think you were all like in the middle. That was like a stop for your tour or something.
Yeah.
You were performing. But after that, you moved to LA. That's when you moved to LA. And that's when you had posted that you had this Neo house and that you were looking for people that like are want to be involved in music or are musicians, artists. And then I hit you up and then I moved in. Who else? Who else was in the house? James Manuel, Flavia, your ex.
Oh my God.
And then we just
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
also
no, but a lot of people go to the studio.
To
We
work,
have a very
'cause
big
we
house.
I saw it too.
Yeah,
I saw it
this
too.
was before the pandemic.
what
we
year?
have a new
2018,
house.
2019.
I'm not good with
So
numbers.
I think it
I'm
was
a
like
singer.
2018 to 2019, and we
Yeah.
moved all in there. We had a home studio that we set up.
Yeah, we
Then-
have tools to do videos, to make music, to
That's
do
cool.
all that stuff. So Tech start to do music, like to be a singer
Yes.
in that moment.
Yeah, because I recorded that song, and from that it was during the time that you were performing at Coachella. So you just randomly came to when you were doing your show. You were like, "Oh, you're performing that song, Dale Dale," and I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Okay, yes, I'm gonna do it." And then we performed.
It's
I
like
was
the
like a
first
guest
time
performance.
she performed her song
That's cool.
was in Coachella.
No, wait, it was EDC actually.
Oh,
EDC Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Then Coachella. Okay, period, rewind, edit that.
Ni, na, 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 ni, na, na, na. That is my intro song.
To the next block
Okay.
of this
Voy a
podcast.
cerrar mi celular para ponerme seria.
No.
No, ya, tengo que decir algo. No, que mi celular está hablando sin que yo le pida que funcione. Olí a todos. No, ya, la Tec estaba contando algo. La Tec estaba
Del
contando.
IDC, de
Ah,
tus
Sí,
primeras
¿cómo-
Okay,
¿cuál
so
fue su
My
primer.
first song.
¿Cuál fue tu
was
primer
released-
performance? Ah, el Mikomi.
Oh, and Mikomi in the background, Mikomi in the
Don't try
house.
to touch
We'll
him.
introduce the dogos
Los
in a bit.
dogs, sí, en
Va a
un
tener su
ratito
propio blog.
van a venir en el
su
segundo
propia
blog.
entrevista.
Van a venir todos los perritos. Ok.
Okay, so yes.
Cuenta tu primer show, cómo, no, ¿qué pasó? Dale, ¿cómo empezaste a cantar? ¿Qué onda todo eso? Cuenta.
Me mudé a la Neo House. Había un home studio. So todos vivíamos ahí,
Estás hablando en
tipo.
inglés, güey.
Oh,
Oh yeah, in English.
In
I'm
English.
sorry.
sorry, you fucked me up. You
I
used to be
don't
doing
know.
Spanish.
I don't know.
Let me switch. Rewind. Okay.
Natural.
So my first song was Dale Dale. I recorded it in Neo House when I was living there. We moved in when it was 2018, 2019. We were like there for a year. And during that time, Tomasa was in LA. She was signed to Nacional. So since that was my first song that I had recorded, it was during the time that she also got booked for like EDC Mexico. So since we all lived together, you know, she had to do a Neoperreo show in EDC Mexico. So then she told me I was going to sing the song, and it was the first time I ever performed, and I was very scared and terrified because I don't know what the fuck I was going to do. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to perform this song in front of like 1,000 fucking, I don't know, so many fucking people that were there.
Yeah, it was like a sea of people.
It was a sea of people during the day, so it was like pretty poppin'. And it was in Mexico City. I had been for a couple of times already, so I love Mexico City. I love Mexico, period.
Me too.
Me too.
I love Mexico. And then, I performed the song there when it was really fun. After that, the second time I performed it was in Coachella. And it's also part of Tomasa's show. She did like another like Tomasa Neoperreo show. So I performed that there. And also it was really fun. It was a good experience. Very thankful forever. Obviously, you know
was
that.
crazy.
It was so good, yeah. And then from there, I just kept wanting to do music. I would go tour.
Tour to
Yeah,
South America.
exactly.
With Neoperreo.
After the Coachella show, the EDC and then the Coachella show, we all went on tour, which it was like we went to South America. And the first time that I visited the countries that we visited, we went to Chile, Argentina. What else? We did several cities in each like country. So it was I love Argentina. It was my favorite. Chile was fun too, but I think overall I loved Argentina. It was super fun. We went to like this really crazy party over there. There was like super goth, and people were just like super dressed up, like crazy, and dancing to like this club ass dark techno music that Playboy and Sassy took me, because you guys had gone to a show that night. To another city.
I was in another
you were on
city.
tour. Yeah, you went somewhere else, and then you left me in the hands of Playboy and Sassy, which is mutual friends, and it was so fun.
Yeah. It's like after you perform in these two big scenarios, and then you go on tour, like your career kind of pop.
Yeah, and that's when it boomed. It was like, that's when it went up. It was like super in the peak of it. I went on this tour, came back. I also then did a US tour, which was New York, Chicago, Portland. Where else did I go? Can't think of the top of my head. But I did some in LA too, obviously. And then I continued to drop more music. Then I dropped probably 4 or 5 songs then. We filmed a video in Argentina, which was a really good sex tape. It was a really good video with Tomasa, James Manuel, Kid Lucifer, and Flavia.
Here, I don't know.
Sex tape. Google it, YouTube it. It's a really good video.
Yeah.
It was produced by Onidia. Shouts out Onidia. That was good. So after that, my career was really going up. For being like a first artist that just dropped a couple of songs, like I had probably over like, I don't know, 15,000 or like 20,000 a month of listeners on Spotify, which was pretty good numbers for like someone that dropped barely any song.
Yeah.
And it went down after we went to pandemic. I didn't drop much music besides probably like 2 songs.
It's like in the pandemic, everything kind of frozen, and now we're back.
Yeah, and now exactly. Now we're back, hotter than ever. Like always. And so so now we're going to have a Boiler Room. We've been doing shows, both you and everybody.
We can now start the invitation to everybody.
Yes, we can start the invitation now.
Yeah, it's because after all this time, we was kind of frozen, and we was like coming back to our careers and the world coming back to the normality. We're going to do this big show with Boiler Room.
Yes.
And this is gonna be like the
August
the
5th.
comeback, the official
August
comeback.
5th is going to be I mean, but this Boiler Room show has supposed to been happening before pandemic.
Oh, no, yeah.
We've been talked about, which was crazy because everybody was like, why does Neoperreo not have a boiler room? Why doesn't it? And I was like, you know what? That's a really good question. I had no idea why we haven't.
Yeah,
and now
no.
I'm very grateful that it's happening finally in LA,
Yeah.
along with a bunch of mutual friends and
Yeah.
party crews that like do shit in LA. You know, like from the underground.
The show gonna be in Catch One, and we're gonna like it's Tomasa Del Real present Neoperreo for Boiler Room, and we're gonna have in the lineup. I gonna be there. Our friend Liz, she's a very like amazing DJ from Chile. She's coming from Chile to perform in the Boiler Room. It's gonna be Tech Grl with DJ set and her live show.
The comeback too.
Yes,
the techie comeback.
it's gonna be Nemix with her show. So nobody want to miss this. Oh, it's coming Paul Marmota.
And Paul Marmota. You
Yeah.
can't forget Paul Marmota.
he's-
That's iconic.
He's coming from Mexico. He's a big producer. He make a lot of.
He's Chilean.
He's Chilean, yeah, and he make a lot of music with La Bendición. It's like a
Record label
label
from Spain?
in Spain, and he make this dark reggaeton. I don't know. People
And a
can
lot of
follow
club
them
music too.
and discover his music. He's amazing. Like I love it. I have a lot of songs he produced. So the Boiler Room is gonna be an amazing experience for anybody who don't know who we are or what we make or what is the part of Latin wave
Crew.
you are missing because it's not what you think we are.
Right.
You
You're
know?
gonna have the
So-
whole experience.
Yeah, so this is opportunity to live that, like to have a full night of this amazing artist. And also, we have another invitation. We're gonna have an art show
Oh yes.
Here.
The next day.
here in Prom. En el Prom.
Yes.
Eso lo dije yo. Wait, I
At
want to
Prom
invite
Store.
our friend FIFA. FIFA, ven. Because
FIFA It's gonna be art by FIFA and here Nemix.
yes,
Which
this gonna be the first art show present by
be
Neoperreo,
Prom presents
Siéntate acá.
Neoperreo
Art show.
Party Crumbs.
And oh no, a ver.
¿O quieres que
Ya. A
se
ver,
venga para acá?
sí,
¿Por qué no se mueve esto?
porque está la cámara ahí. Igual lo van a editar, so whatever. Ok, ya. 1, 2, 3, pum. Acción. Okay, yeah. Like we have FIFA to tell us like what we're gonna make. Like this is our first like art show introduction. Like how
This
to
is the
say it?
first-
Like
The first art show.
the first introduction with like Neoperreo in art.
In art, yes.
Yeah.
But obviously, I mean, not be expected. We had to touch that.
No, yeah. And it's like this is FIFA FIFA 2000 el FIFA 2000
FIFA 2000.
yeah, it's we are friends for so long time, like 15 years. All my friends are
From
amazing.
Chile.
I love
You're from
them all.
Iquique? Where are you from?
No,
Santiago.
he's
Oh.
from
Santiago.
Santiago, and he gonna be like the biggest part of this art show.
Yes.
FIFA is bringing the art he was making the last years in Chile, but also he make a lot of art shows around the world.
Yeah.
This part, I think we're gonna talk in Spanish, and you can read the captions. No, es que va a ser más fácil así,
The
pues, amigo.
subtitle.
Obvio. Pregúntame
Sí,
lo que
no,
quieras.
cuéntanos quién eres y por qué estás en LA.
Soy FIFA 2000. FIFA
Period.
2000
Period.
para mi gente latina.
FIFA 2000.
Nada, soy un artista visual, pero también tengo muchas ramas que abarco, no sé,
Sí, así
por
como
ejemplo,
la Nemix, que somos todos exploramos
claro,
muchas cosas.
Hay mucho que abarcar. No sé, me gusta hacer tatuajes, también soy DJ y, no sé, pinto graffiti, pinto cuadros, ropa, todo. Me gusta todo ese tipo de arte.
Sí. Y cuéntanos cómo pasaste, porque bueno, yo que te conozco sé que empezaste haciendo graffiti.
Ujú.
Bueno, no, siempre hiciste cosas artísticas,
Claro.
pero como lo más concreto fue cuando empezaste a hacer graffiti y de ahí eso se transformó a otra cosa.
Claro.
Cuenta qué pasó.
Antes de eso no tenía idea qué iba a hacer en la vida. O sea, como andaba en skate, vendía drogas. No sé, como...
Censurada.
Claro, no sé, no sabía cuál era mi rumbo, pero no sé, empecé a pintar graffiti con un amigo, con Roberto, con Fon,
Con
era
Bon.
Bon. Y nada, explotó toda esa faceta artística que tenía como oculta en mí y nada, justo fue el momento adecuado, en el lugar adecuado y como que hacía falta ese tipo de arte que estábamos haciendo con mi amigo en ese tiempo,
Sí, pues
que era como... Se
claro.
puede decir como resumir como ahora, como ignorant style, que es como estilo como sucio, así como en ese tiempo estaba muy de moda hacer los grafitis más clean del universo, you know, como todo así
Sí, porque,
bien hecho,
ajá.
los mejores colores Montana, colors, you know, y nosotros haciendo grafitis con, no sé, con cera
Con
para pintar el piso o con, no sé, pintura para los zapatos, por ejemplo, no sé,
Claro.
como ahí, como...
Sí, bueno, FIFA con nuestro amigo el Bon,
Que es
el
tu amigo
Roberto,
de que-
mi vecino de toda mi vida, de que
es
nací.
como todo una explosión.
Sí, que somos, no sé, el mundo nos conectó de alguna manera.
Ajá.
Cuando empezaron a hacer graffiti, ustedes no eran grafiteros.
No.
Entonces, al empezar a hacer graffiti, no trataron de hacer lo que un grafitero debería hacer,
No.
sino que empezaron a hacer lo que les salió de su corazón, una cosa así.
Sí, lo
Y
que
eso, y eso no era con información, pues no era como... voy a ocupar la Montana no sé cuánto
No.
y con el cap no sé qué para lograr este efecto, sino que ustedes que experimentaron de otra manera el arte del graffiti.
Sí, fue súper rápido, muy, muy rápido. De hecho, me acuerdo que tú nos presentaste con el Roberto de Iquique, yo soy de Santiago, la Tomasa de Iquique.
Y Roberto es de Iquique.
Es de Iquique.
Ah.
Vecino
Amiga,
de la
Roberto
Tomasa,
es mi vecino de la casa de al lado
de al
mía.
lado.
La de al lado.
Ya es como una locura.
Lo conozco de que nació.
Ah, ya.
Sí, muy loco.
Intimate friends.
Ya, y nada, después me fui a vivir, conocí a la Tomasa, conocí a la Flavia, al Grolo, que era el novio de Flavia, que de ellos pintaban
En esa
graffiti, tu novio el Ren también en ese tiempo también pintaba graffiti, yo no tenía idea. Y nada, me hice amigo de esta gente que vivía en Argentina, me fui a vivir a Argentina, estuve como 2 años viviendo ahí y ahí ya la gente que vivía ahí eran grafiteros, todo el Goal, el Salsa, el Grolo, toda esa gente pintaba graffiti menos yo. Y como que, wow, yo quiero hacer esto, quiero pintar graffiti, no sé qué. Empecé a pintar en Argentina, me vine a Chile con la idea de pintar y ya conocí al Roberto, le dije, hagamos una crew de a 2 y pintamos graffiti, pero graffiti
Y
feo.
explotó.
Sí, como graffiti que sea feo, que no sea lo normal, que no sea el graffiti lindo, con los mejores materiales, que sea lo peor del universo. Y ahí empezamos a pintar
Sí, pues y
todo
esa
Santiago.
crew se llamaba Sidas.
Sí, nos pusimos Sidas.
¿Sabíais eso?
Amo.
Sidas.
No, no
Sí,
sabía.
Sidas, y empezó a salir en las noticias, en el diario.
Sí,
y
pues
toda
por
gente
el
no sabía-
nombre. Sí.
¿Ah?
Por el nombre.
Por el nombre.
Por el nombre y
la
por
gente
el
no entendía
arte.
qué pasaba, como que
They were
quiénes
like,
son,
they were what the
porque
fuck.
siempre nos mantuvimos muy ocultos, nunca mostramos la cara en internet, siempre como...
Ya, esta es
¿qué
una
que-
revelación.
Sí, como quiénes son, no sé qué, y nada, éramos nosotros ahí pintando eso. Y después yo tomé mi camino, como que el Roberto tomó el camino musical y yo seguí pintando, pero pintando cuadros. Entonces como que tuve un cambio porque tenía este estilo que era sucio, como estilo así como,
Como
muy
escondido,
rápido.
como hidden.
Claro, pero no vendía, onda que no podía generar dinero con
Alright.
eso.
Like
Era una
Banksy.
expresión artística,
Claro,
no era,
pero no era como
no
algo
estaba hecho para
el
un
momento.
negocio o algo
Kind
así.
of like Banksy before he started.
Yeah, like for fun.
But remember, do you know that one, that graffiti art, Banksy?
Yeah.
¿Sabes él? El
¿Cómo?
Banksy, el que
No.
se llama
Ah,
Banksy.
ya sí,
Sí, sí,
Como
que
él.
hace esas
He
cuestiones.
started
Sí.
illegally. He
Sí,
started doing
mono.
crazy, like illegal shit, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
now he's selling shit. Like they fucking fake his shit. They
Yeah.
fake his shit in the streets.
Sí, de
No.
hecho es un poco contemporáneo también a lo que hacíamos con otras crew de Europa que estaban haciendo lo mismo que nosotros no sabíamos que estaba pasando, pero en Europa.
Sí, fue
Después,
algo natural.
Fue natural y después existió Tumblr. Y ahí con Tumblr hicimos lazos con esta gente de Europa
otro
que pintaba el mismo
Amo.
estilo
I
como
love
Ignorant.
Tumblr.
Después le pusieron Ignorant Style,
Sí.
que era como que no tenía nombre en ese tiempo.
Right.
Y se hizo como una moda, you know? Y como que después ya todo el mundo empezó a ser Ignorant, después Ignorant de tatuajes. Como que ya fue como un movimiento que nosotros no teníamos pensado que iba a pasar, solamente estábamos haciéndolo
Pero-
como por necesidad.
Sí,
you know?
pues pertenecieron a algo que en ese momento mundialmente estaba pasando.
Claro, en
Y
el rincón ahí de
sí,
la
po.
mierda
Y
del
ese
mundo.
mundo que inventó eso, ustedes lo agarraron y los reconocieron también dentro de ese mundo
Claro.
como personajes importantes
Sí.
haciendo ese tipo de arte.
Y hasta ahora, sí, hasta ahora gente que, no sé, lleva años pintando igual que nosotros y
O sea,
No
la
sé.
chaqueta, o sea, sorry, la chaqueta de cuero,
Claro.
esa tuya clásica,
Sí.
increíble.
Sí, sí.
No sé, para que pongan la foto
Ah,
ahí
sí.
abajo.
Put that picture there.
Ya.
Sí, fue un boom con internet. Yo creo que gracias a internet igual pudimos crecer como a nivel global,
Ya.
como mundial. Por ejemplo, después
We
de
love the
eso me
internet.
invitaron a exponer, no sé, a Suecia. Estuve en una expo en Estocolmo que dejó así la cagada, como decimos en Chile.
In Stockholm?
En
Damn.
Stockholm, ya. Y de esto como de los
Goals,
Gokus porno, ponerle.
Me
En ese
encanta.
tiempo.
Eso,
así
¿y
como-
cómo
encanta.
llegaste, bueno, de hacer graffiti, ignorant, tatuajes, a lo que hoy día estáis haciendo y, por ejemplo, lo que va a encontrar la gente
In your exhibition.
en la exhibición que vamos a hacer acá en Prom? Wait, I'm gonna say that in English. Dilo
Dale,
tú.
dale.
Dilo tú
So
mejor.
how did you evolve from graffiti to the exhibition that we're gonna do here at the prom store?
Yeah, like no, and also like how your content go from the ignorant style graffiti tattoos and what you're doing today is like the tennis court,
The tennis court and the Gokus. The Gokus.
Because that is the main like pieces you have right now.
Yeah.
Sí, lo que pasa es que siempre he tenido la necesidad de incomodar un poco al público, a la gente. Entonces, no sé, por ejemplo, cuando empecé a hacer el graffiti feo, incomodaba a los grafitis, o sea, a los grafiteros que hacían graffiti lindo. Y uno me como que,
¿Qué es
¿qué
guindo?
estás haciendo?
¿Qué es guindo?
Lindo.
Lindo.
Como
Ah,
clean,
ya,
you know, como
entendí.
graffiti bien hecho. Y,
Sí, como que los grafiteros se enojaban.
Sí.
Decían, ¿qué es esto?
¿Qué
Esto no
es
es
esto?
graffiti.
¿Quién es?
Como
No, esto no es-
ofender, ofendidos.
Ya, ya, ya,
Se
ya.
ofendían.
Y nada, con el tatuaje también. Todas las como
Sí,
tradi.
los tatuadores tradicionales no
Y
pueden creer
nosotros
el
haciendo
ignorant.
un Nike, como un Nike de tatuaje, como que los
Pero
tatuajes.
un Nike upside down.
Ya.
Ignorant. Y nada,
Ignorant.
de eso, bueno, hacía eso, pero no generaba plata, no tenía dinero. Entonces
Sí.
dije, voy a hacer un producto que sea completamente vendible para la gente que tenga un departamento en
Amo.
LA o en
Sí.
Las Condes en Chile o en la Roma en México, you know?
Algo que
Al
puedas
lado de
poner
unas
en tu-
plantas, algo
poner en
muy
tu-
decorativo, muy lindo
en tu
y que
living.
se pueda vender a un precio
Razonable.
accesible para la gente adulto joven, you know?
Amo.
Sí.
Y nada, resultó súper bien, fue un boom, hasta el día de hoy sigo vendiendo, no sé, hago
Las
10
canchas de
cuadros,
tenis.
las canchas de tenis. Por eso nació las canchas de tenis, porque no vendía nada y los tatuajes ya no me gustaba tatuar, no sé, como que...
¿Y cuánto es
Bueno,
tatuabas?
espérate, entre otras cosas, ese día pueden venir a tatuarse. El FIFA ya no está tatuando,
Ojo.
pero en el día del show, del art show,
pero sí me tatuó a
pueden
mí.
venir a tatuarse.
Ah, pero
bueno,
solo
a
que
la
fuera-
que tú eres exclusiva,
Eres exclusiva.
Tech Grl, de ahí van a poner la foto del tatuaje.
Sí.
Sí,
Así que
a
si
ver.
quieren tatuarse ese día acá en LA va a ser como
Va a ser
una
la única
excepción.
oportunidad de sus vidas, así
sí.
que no se lo pierdan.
Y eso, siempre igual buscando un poco cómo generar, porque el graffiti no te da plata.
Sí.
No,
Menos en Sudamérica.
menos en Sudamérica. Entonces hay que como ir un poco más allá, pero tampoco perdiendo ese hilo de trabajo.
Sí.
Como que no me gusta trabajar como en una oficina o
No,
estar
qué
con-
paja.
no, como que prefiero estar yo trabajando mientras más solo en un taller, escuchando reggaetón, pintando, tranquilo.
Ya. Oye,
Sí.
¿y cómo llegaste, bueno, ahora a LA y ahora a esta expo que vaya a hacer? Como, ¿qué esperáis de esto?
Uf.
Como, ¿qué andáis buscando acá? ¿Qué te gustaría que la gente, no sé, alguien que esté viendo esto diga, oh, voy a llamar al FIFA y lo voy a invitar, no sé,
Sí.
a tocar de DJ porque está de tour de DJ?
sí,
no sé,
y
¿cachai?
has tocado muchas...
Porque también de
you
DJ te ha ido
DJ'd,
súper bien.
in English.
Sí, en inglés.
You've
dale.
DJ'd a lot of parties, a lot of my parties here in LA. So yeah, tell us more about that. You also just
Tu LA
DJ'd in
residency.
yeah, with your LA residency
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
Put that there. And you also just came from DJing Nevada,
Sí,
correct?
Nevada, yeah.
Nevada. How's been your DJ experience since you're also DJ?
Es difícil igual porque estoy acostumbrado a tocar reggaetón o
Right.
perreo estricto
Sí,
de
obvio,
Santiago
obvio, obvio.
o de Puerto Rico,
Obvio.
como
Dembow.
latino.
Gente que perrea duro.
Perrea hasta abajo. 3 personas hay en una fiesta y las 3 personas están perreando hasta abajo. Y acá igual es diferente.
Obvio,
siento.
pero viste, tú
Sí.
ahora
Ah, es que la gente no baila tan
No
bonito.
bailan. Oh, no bailan.
But
Entonces-
even that, sometimes they don't
Pero
even
está bueno
dance.
porque igual es como un desafío también, porque igual a mí me
Sí.
gusta la música en general, entonces
Right.
como que busco en mi pendrive pendrive que es como para el momento en
Y de ahí
USB. you know?
igual you do some brainwashing, you
Yeah.
know? When you're a DJ, you kind of just have to brainwash
The
Sí.
the set
situation,
and the
yeah.
situation. You gotta see the vibe, even if it's, you know, what you usually play. I don't know. For example, me, I
You
feel like
have to adapt to the moment.
adapt. You have to adapt to where you're at,
Sí.
you know? And it's,
Sí.
yeah. Reggaeton always, though, obviously.
Sí, me
Perreo
gusta porque
siempre.
es como un desafío y me gusta la gente que lo hace acá como tú o como Nemix, que ya manejan un poco como el público y la gente como que se empieza a soltar según como lo que le van como poniendo, ¿cachai? Eso
Right.
está
Sí.
bueno. Sí. Porque en Santiago, por ejemplo, es
Ya
súper
sabemos.
fácil.
Sí,
Está
ya
como
sabemos.
con
Ahí
un
le
perreo
poní cualquier
cualquier persona te va
y bailan.
Ya.
Pero también no solo tocas perreo, porque que
No,
no,
no.
lo de
No, bueno, es
que no lo de
cuéntanos
ambas.
del
Sí, es
techno.
que
Lo de ambas que no es in my
Sí.
Shout out
knowledge.
para el apoyo. El
El
pollo.
pollo.
in my
Corrijan eso,
knowledge,
bórralo.
in my knowledge is in ambas like
Sí,
techno.
no, lo que pasa es que yo empecé a mezclar tocando techno. Empecé a ser DJ,
I
de
love
DJ
it.
de techno en Santiago, que hay una escena muy
Obvi.
importante en Santiago de techno
I always
mundial.
said low-key I should have been
Yeah,
EDM DJ.
Claro, y
Really
ahí, nada, y después tenía una fiesta de techno en Santiago que se llama Fiesta Pioneer, que fue un boom, se llenaban así total. Pero a mí siempre me gustó el reggaetón, siempre me llamó la atención mezclar reggaetón, cómo se puede mezclar reggaetón como techno.
Right.
No como reggaetón como se mezcla naturalmente, que es como con una controladora y está todo como con sync, you know. No, esto era como agarro un reggaetón y lo mezclo como con otras CJ que no tiene VPN, you know.
Perreo, you speed it up
Como perreo
and put it
punk.
in a techno edit. Yes.
Yeah.
Como 1, 2,
Es
3,
a
pa, y se mezcla.
perreo
y con el-
edit.
you know.
Yes.
Entonces, así empezamos
Es
con
un
el pollo.
reggaetón.
Empezamos a mezclar reggaetón, pero en nuestra casa, porque éramos roomies, vivíamos juntos. Y teníamos CDJs y mezclábamos reggaetón sin BPM, ahí en la tarde, cocinando.
Como
Y
puramente.
claro, y ahí después dijimos, ¿por qué no hacemos una fiesta de reggaetón? Y nada, le ponemos Candy Perreo, y porque no había mucha fiesta en ese tiempo de reggaetón en Santiago.
Sí.
Y le ponemos Candy Perreo y que sea solo de perreo. No, que no de trap, no
Nada.
guaracha, no, perreo. Y ya, dale, y ahí explotó, y ahora en Santiago, tú vas a Santiago y ahí está lleno de fiestas de reggaetón.
Pero
Y
so
bacán.
you're still doing candy perreo.
Ya.
¿Todavía estás haciendo candy
Sí,
perreo?
sí, lo que pasa es que ahora estoy acá y el pollo está allá, pero siempre está como la esencia de que nosotros dos somos Candy Perreo,
Prontamente
entonces...
Candy Perreo en el
En LA, you know. Sí, la hicieron yo hice una en... o sea,
Puede
hicimos-
ser un Synergy X candy perreo.
Yeah.
Un after.
Sí. Estábamos hablando, así que después vamos a hablar ahí.
Vamos a hablar de negocios más rato.
El negocio
Después hablamos
más
de
rato.
negocios.
Bueno, nada, bacán.
Y nada, y lo que me
dale.
preguntáis delante, lo que ahora quiero mostrar o quiero...
Sí, acá en LA.
Acá en Prom, un poco de lo que vengo haciendo desde que empecé en el graffiti y todo lo que tiene que ver como con estos Goku y Dragon Ball Z, medios como Triple X. Y el tenis y todo, porque acá siempre me han escrito mucho de... Cuando yo estaba en Santiago me escribían de acá de Estados Unidos como, oye, ¿cuándo
Vas a
vas a
hacer un-
venir? ¿Cómo te puedo comprar
una
alguna
expo.
obra? No sé qué. Y yo no... hacer envíos de obras es súper difícil. Entonces ahora que estoy acá, aprovechar eso. Como mostrar lo del tenis y hacer alguna instalación por ahí media loca.
Sí, no se lo pierdan.
Y eso.
Vengan al art show. It's gonna be
Yes.
amazing. We're gonna have a lot of stuff like the FIFA art. You're gonna have stuff you can buy. We're gonna have merch.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna have
this
music.
weekend.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the
It's a
day
Neoperreo
the day
takeover.
Yeah,
LA.
August 6.
6.
August 5 is our
Boiler
boiler
Room
room.
at
August
Catch
6.
One. August 6th is the art show, art exhibition here in the Prom Store.
In the prom store, yeah, and all the Neoperreo crew gonna be here. So if somebody goes to the boiler room and they see us very far away, like a rock stars, you can be closer to us the next day.
You can, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have, I don't know, tattoos, drinks.
Yeah.
I don't know. This place is a very nice place, so everybody is welcome. We are very happy to be here. Like I talk for everybody. Like Neoperreo is very proud of all the work we make for the last years, and it's moment to take a lay.
Yeah.
So we are we are ready to do that. Yeah. So somebody else want to add something? I think we good, no?
Did we miss something? I feel like we missed something.
I don't know. You missed something?
No, I guess, yeah. Come to the boiler room.
Yeah.
We're all gonna have new music. Tomasa's gonna perform new songs from her upcoming album.
The new stuff, like you can expect, like I am releasing new songs. I have a new album. I don't know when I'm gonna release that, but it's gonna be soon. But you can hear like the music and the unreleased shit in the Boiler Room show and also in the art show. No another place. You cannot find
another place.
unreleased stuff nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
impossible. So
Same.
yeah, I am releasing all this stuff. Like I make my new album. What I'm trying to do is bring all this new music to places like LA or New York or places where we don't. I don't know. I'm gonna talk for myself, but as a community, like I talk in Spanish, we don't have the right representation. So I feel like this is a good moment
to represent.
to be here to represent and to show people who we really are. And we have all this amazing collective of artists. We make a lot of stuff, and we want to start to make some noise here. So my music, I start to make a reggaeton in English with my accent. So everybody can understand all the dirtiness we're talking about and can get it, because the music here, like I don't know, like hip hop and all that, it's I like it, but it's a super different way to see the life and the sexual way, sexual interactions, and how we see all that is more nice, or it's like more sexy. It's not like don't have that levels of violence, and it's more welcoming with a woman and another like minorities. We are more soft, like we like I don't know, the songs in reggaeton we talk about like, oh, your boyfriend don't take care of you, girl, like that type of stuff. And it's like people are missing that part of reggaeton, the lyrics, because now you can go outside and hear some songs, but you don't get what the lyrics we're saying. So that is what I'm trying to do with my new music, is let everybody get it. So that.
Yeah. That's it? We're good? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, okay, like thank you everybody. Tomasa Del Real, desde Quique para el mundo, baby.
Ciao.
Bye.